All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Whiteboard Talk. I'm excited to illustrate something for you that will help your business, help you scale. Any business that I've launched, any independent contractor, entrepreneurial position I've taken, I've asked myself one question, and I would always write it out, okay? So the deal for all of y'all, why not you? And what I meant by that was, what for me, so if I go, why not me, why not you, right? I'm trying to help use my pronouns right, and I'm like, let's just stay here, no politics, but I'm trying to seriously, why not you? So for me, when I started to build a business in real estate, why not me is what I asked myself, right? Why not me? And what I was asking is, why have I not been successful yet, right? Like, what am I gonna have to do? Number one, I had to raise my business acumen. I had to educate myself. You most likely have to do the same thing, right? You have to. Number two, conflict resolution. I like conflict way too much. So I enjoyed it. Most people hate it and run from it. I enjoy it because of my history, the way I was raised, and the stuff I've been through, just to be really transparent with you. So I had to, by the way, and my answer wasn't good. Seeking out conflict is not resolution. So I really had to learn to be appropriate in, is me confronting this in that way, asking this guy this, addressing this, going to give me a resolution to it? I had to learn that. Number three, belief. I believed in myself, right? So do you believe in you, right? Not belief in you. Do you believe in you? Do you believe in you? I did, but not as a businessman. I did believe in me, but not as a businessman. I knew I had to understand how to be a businessman, understand how to deal with conflict in business appropriately. When I worked at UPS, if you were unloading, I was unloading trucks, we'd have you'd be my partner, you'd unload the bags out front, I'd unload all the heavy stuff. We need to move real fast. If you're in my way, I'd throw stuff at you. I'm being honest with you. You're in the truck, only guys, only work with dudes. I'm like, hurry up. They were slow. I'd throw stuff off the rollers, hit them with it. Move, bro. That's not good conflict resolution in business. So I had to learn how to communicate with people, right? I also had to understand, do I believe in me? Am I able to help people believe in themselves? Make sure you pay attention. Can't read my writing. How can I get people to believe in themselves? And the last thing is understanding profitability, right? Can I run a profitable organization? Do I understand income? Do I understand expenses? And how do I manage that? For any of you that are starting a business, this was not my number one. For most of you, it will be. It's hard. Most people I talk to not only do not see themselves as a businessman or businesswoman, they struggle with believing in themselves. If you don't believe in you, you can't get people to believe in them. It's impossible. I'm just telling you, it's truly literally psychologically impossible. I got an undergraduate degree in social work, mastery of criminal justice psychology. I don't need those degrees to tell you that if you don't believe in you, you can't instill that in other people. Because we know it, we feel it, and also because you don't have the stick-to-itiveness, the commitment, you can't show me. Because what the magic is when it gets really bad, can you stay the course? Because what you have to understand is, at the end of the day, I'm just telling you you got to figure out what you believe in. As I'm going through anything in business or in life, I'm not worried about what you think. I'm worried about what God thinks. That's my audience. That's me. You got to figure out what guides you. But I'm like, okay, there's my judgment, which means I need to help people believe in them, which means when stuff's going bad, I'm like, everybody else is watching to see how I'm going to handle it. My man's watching, so I got to do right? So when it goes bad, if you don't believe in you, you crumble. If it goes sideways, you don't believe in you, you crumble. When you got a belief in you, you can help instill that in other people. You grow your business acumen. Conflict, by the way, is not bad. You and I don't agree on a marketing campaign. What's wrong with that? That's business. We have to figure out, you and a client have conflict. I have to teach you how to resolve it. Myself and clients. I went from having a full-time job to managing clients. That was new to me. They would get frustrated, be angry for no reason at all. I didn't even know them. I'd knock on the door. I was really good at diffusing the situation. I took my desire to seek out conflict, my comfortableness with conflict, I spun it, and I started not reacting, and I was so comfortable when everybody else was mad. And then it diffused the conflict, and I got resolution pretty quick. Same thing when people started working with me. I also acknowledged that I would make mistakes. And the last thing you have to get really good at, really good, and most of us are not, solution focused. Because what most of us are is focused on problems. We're problem focused, not solution focused. Every conversation you have in business with yourself or with other people has to be solution focused. Okay, you just started the company and they gave you leads, you went out in the field, and you didn't have the greatest of weeks. Okay, you know what, Sean, that sucks. The leads suck. It's like, well, there's a lot of people selling off the leads, so they can't be that bad. Well, no, they are bad. I'm like, no, let's be solution focused. You didn't have a great week. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of other men and women that are doing well off the same leads. So now let's find a solution. What's the solution? Well, guess who we need to work on? You. Because the key word in all of this, and I do like the number 7, so I tend to find a way to end with 7 no matter what, truthfully, but this one fits, accountability. I was accountable, so that allowed me to, and I did believe in me. You might go, Sean, I have a good business acumen. Cool, that's great. Sean, I'm actually really good with conflict resolution. Like, dude, I'm totally good with that. And matter of fact, I believe in me. I'm like, oh, good, you're off to a good start. I don't really do well getting people to believe in themselves. And I really, the profitability, I don't put enough in, so I'm not really scaled it, so I'm working on that. And you know what? I can be problem focused, Sean. That's negative. This is what kills most businesses. Problem focused. Because if you're not accountable, you tend to have a big ego because nothing's your fault. This will kill you. Ego's the most expensive thing you can ever have in your life, literally. So why not you? I ask me, why not me? Why don't you ask yourself, why not you? Any business you're in right now, which one of these 7, do you rate yourself 1 out of 10? Man, actually, yep, right here. What's my business acumen? When I started my business acumen, I was like, I don't know, 3. And I had already made some money, but that's where I felt like I was at 3. Conflict resolution, -12, okay? Belief in myself, probably 7 or 8. I believed in me. I wanted 10. Getting people to believe in themselves. Dude, I was probably better at that. I don't want to say 10, but I was about a 9. I poured into people. I saw more in them than I saw myself. Profitability, I was probably a 5. I wouldn't run it to the ground, but I didn't understand it very well. I was a 10 here. I talk to people I work with, they'll hate me at times. I'm like, dude, I'm not focused on that. I don't care, that already happened. And accountability, dude, I'm 8 or 9. I F up a lot of stuff. So, but then you take like 3, seriously 0, being funny, -12, 7, 8, 9, 5, really good here. Let's call it 9. Can't say 10. Let's call it 9. Accountability 8 or 9. So I was like, okay, cool. Now I really need to work on my business acumen, really need to work on my conflict resolution, need to definitely work on my profitability, but I have some other things going good for me. You have to do the same thing for you. You need to go through your own why not, and it's why not me. Break it down. You can use other metrics to debate, right? To go through. You can say mentorship. How open am I to being mentored? 1 out of 10. How do I rebound? There's a lot of things you can go, but these were core principles to me. You're launching a business. You're launching an independent career. Hell, you have a job. Business acumen, still important, dude. Conflict resolution, important in every job. You should believe in yourself. Managing other people, get them to believe. You can be a coach. You need them to believe in you. Profitability, you can be running a travel baseball team. These are all important. It's a business. Are you solution focused? Everybody's watching. Are you accountable? You got a big ego. So these core principles are fundamental to you being successful. And you're going to hear us talk a lot more on Close and Conquer about things specifically like this. I'm going to talk to get results for you, not talk to talk. With a legitimate game plan, I've been through all this stuff. I've been doing it for a very, very, very long freaking time. Subscribe to the channel, like it, share it. And if you love this and you go, man, that made sense to me, we're going to drop a link to another video you should watch. I think you're going to love just as much, if not more. Who knows? But we love your support and I appreciate it. But we are going to help people understand how to run a real business. We're going to help people who said, well, you know what? Here's all these really rich people up here, and my mom or my dad raised me or raised myself, and I was, lower income, lower middle class, whatever. I can't get what they get. And I go, you're wrong. Because I was raised here, and I smoked most all these people. And I learned these things along the way and stayed focused on them. And I stayed accountable as hell. And I was always being mentored, always. I want to do a lot of the mentorship for you, so I want to see you win. So appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share, Close and Conquer. Get the podcast. You can listen to it about anywhere you listen to podcasts. Watch it. Keep watching the content here on YouTube, and appreciate you more than you know, man. We'll talk to you soon.